Hi everyone, it's Tracy Lewin.
And Mavanwi Smith. How are you doing, Trace?
Absolutely fabulous, thank you. How are you?
I'm boiling. I keep thinking maybe I'm in Dubai.
Yes, it has been pretty warm.
Yes, it has. It's awesome. Very, very hot.
So today's a special day.
It is. It's an awesome day. Today we want to welcome Nothando Mazibuko with us today. She's an aspiring digital entrepreneur. And we're going to do a couple of interviews like this with people, with women that we know that have got involved with Bitcoin. So a very big welcome to you, Nothando.
Yeah, thank you so much, Tracy and Merv.
Yes, welcome, Nothando. Excited to have you here.
It is. Well, Nothando, give us a little brief about who you are. Tell us a little bit about yourself.
Okay, well, as you know already, I'm female. I'm a 22-year-old business science student, and I'm currently studying entrepreneurship and marketing, graduating soon. In fact, my last exam is on Friday.
Woo-hoo.
Yeah, and I also moonlight as a traditional and an internet entrepreneur, which involves closely watching my dad as he runs his electrical engineering business and trying to help my mother turn her spring water business into a digital one. I've also been involved in network marketing, which has exposed me to all kinds of situations and people. And overall, we could describe me as a big dreamer because there's so much that I want to accomplish in my life.
Nothando, that's really, really great because I've known you now for a couple of years and I've seen you blossom into this incredible business woman. So
exactly,
that's great.
Yeah.
Yes.
You've exposed me to a lot of different type of situations that I never would have been aware of otherwise.
Yeah, no, it's been great.
That's fantastic, Nothando. So I'll ask the next question. When and how did you first get involved with Bitcoin?
Okay, well, Merv knows all about that. I first got involved with Bitcoins at the beginning of September last year. So that's 2015. I was told of this high-risk investment platform and company called BTC Flex, in which you could grow your Bitcoins at something like 3% per day, compounded. And how exciting did that sound, especially for someone really looking to make a big grab, you know? And so I immediately bought my first Bitcoins through localbitcoins.com, and I put them on that platform, which was actually working for the first month or so. And I'd heard of this digital currency, but I'd never actually dealt with all of it before. And then finally, when this new world opened up to me, I really liked it. I liked the idea of how it was a decentralized electronic money.
Great. So your very first experience in Bitcoin then with BTC Flex, you lost your money, right?
Yeah, I did.
And you know what? That's part of.
But
Tracy,
I learned so much.
Yeah,
I learned so much from that experience.
And unfortunately, that seems to be a lot of our experience right in the beginning with Bitcoin because of ignorance. And Tracy, wouldn't you say that's part of the reason why we've put women and Bitcoins together, is to help people not to fall into those holes ever again?
Exactly.
Absolutely, because the problem is they're so attractive, and when you don't know, you want to get involved, but you don't have anyone advising you. Of course, you're going to jump in, but yeah, it's just totally unrealistic. Those, and they always just collapse. So, don't get into anything that has got such a high return every single day. It's bound to just collapse.
Unless if you're willing to know that, hey, tomorrow I could lose all of this, but otherwise, rather, if you're a newbie, you shouldn't get involved in such.
Absolutely. So in terms of your experience now, that was your experience. What is your experience going forward? What are your plans?
Yeah, well, mostly it's been a great experience because since I first started and purchased my first Bitcoins, which at the time was around 3,000 Rand, it's now around 10,000 Rand. And because of the type of online businesses I'm involved with, I've been selling Bitcoins to friends and colleagues who have seen the potential and importance of getting involved. There are also a number of platforms these days which have gone to accepting both cash and Bitcoins to only accepting Bitcoins. And yeah, so since that very first experience where I lost my Bitcoins, I've actually gained overall.
And that's such an encouraging point there, Nothando, is, you know, for the people or the listeners that are listening today, just because you've lost in the past doesn't mean that that has to be your experience going forward. And hopefully with education, with becoming more exposed to stations or recordings like this, we've got Bit Media, you can become more and more educated. Tracy,
yeah,
what do you think?
Thanks to you two, I found out about legitimate ways of getting more Bitcoins, such as through Forset and companies such as BitTech.
Yes, yeah.
Excellent.
What's
So is there anything?
Yeah, sorry, Tracy.
No, you carry on, Merv.
What would you say is the most exciting aspect of Bitcoins for you?
Apart from the potential for growth and wealth, I think the most exciting thing about Bitcoin is that it's peer-to-peer currency, uninfluenced by the government or a central bank, thanks to the blockchain. This means that if our president decides to randomly fire another finance minister and sends the rand plummeting, Bitcoin won't be as affected. So I really like that about it.
Yeah, it's incredible, I have to say. So what do you think is stopping people getting involved with Bitcoin?
The only thing I can think of right now in my communities and in South Africa is that even though we live in a digital age, there are still many people that only possess basic computer skills. And there is a fear of not having tangible access to your money, as well as the idea that if it's online, it's not safe. Anyone can steal your assets. People aren't aware of the security precautions that can be placed online. And a few people still view banks as the alpha and omega of finance and investment. So as we've already mentioned, it's a lack of education holding people back.
Mm. It truly is. Tracy, we've seen that. We've seen that with most of the people that we're interacting with, and it doesn't matter the age, the sex, or whatever it is. It's just a general thing. But I think it's also because the adoption is only now catching ground, getting traction. Tracy?
Yes, absolutely. You know, and that's the most important phase that we're in at the moment, is the whole education phase, because there are many people out there that don't realize that governments, central banks, banks, as you mentioned, Nothando, and so many big companies out there are already getting involved in Bitcoin and the blockchain technology. I mean, soon whatever we do is going to be on a blockchain, and it's not necessarily financial stuff. It's also media, healthcare, shipping, contracts, all sorts of things. So I mean, this is so exciting, so exciting.
It really is. Nothando, why don't you give us your opinion on what you think the future of Bitcoin in general is, and where you are concerned in particular?
Yeah, since this is just an opinion, I think the future of Bitcoin is bright, because even though it's been proclaimed dead a number of times and even labeled as a Ponzi scheme, the mere fact that we're having this interview suggests otherwise. It's still an early technology at only 8 years old, and this suggests that it's yet to develop into something greater. Although optimistic, some people have predicted that the price could go as high as $10,000 one day. So right now, I think that as a developing technology, people should be concerned about where it could be going in terms of perhaps replacing our financial system as we know it.
Fantastic. So, so do you think that where you're concerned that you will continue to acquire coins, that you might, because you're aspiring and you're young and dynamic, do you think that you'll be able to incorporate Bitcoins into your future?
Exactly. I think I could, because as I told you, I'm trying to get my mother to put her business onto a digital platform. So right now, the best system she could be using, perhaps she could somehow implement Bitcoins.
Absolutely. Yeah. Absolutely.
Yes, you're right, Nothando. It is so exciting, and there's such an opportunity for people to put their businesses on the internet, and of course to use Bitcoin as the payment system. But do you know, just thinking about your mom's business, if she's in water, there's a lot of work that's going on at the moment with Walmart, and they're doing it in China at the moment. They're doing a track and trace on pork, because there's such a huge amount of pork that's consumed in China. And what it really is, it's all about food safety. So if you want to actually track and trace where your product is, you can actually do it on the blockchain.
That's really exciting, Tracy. See, this is exactly what I'm talking about, that even in the food industry, this is becoming relevant.
Totally relevant. So what do you think is, or rather what advice would you give to anybody who's wanting to get into Bitcoin? What's the first thing that you need to do?
Based on my experience, as you've already heard, I just caution people and everyone new to be vigilant of scams by constantly checking sites like badbitcoins.org, and also just not being greedy. And it's always good to find someone who's had experience on the platform, such as you two, to get advice from.
Thank you, Nothando. I mean, that's a very good point, you know, and also just to educate yourself. People need to educate themselves.
Yeah, that's the basis of anything going forward, is education.
And as normal, the thing that I say just about every week, security. Because we're digital, you know, and Nothando, you said that people are sort of still skeptical about Bitcoin because it is digital and online and could be hacked. We continually remind people to be really careful where their security is concerned. And if at all possible, take your Bitcoins offline, meaning that although they're recorded in the blockchain, nobody can change the blockchain. But what you do when you take it offline is that they're not available. Your available Bitcoins are not there for somebody to get your private code and private key and take them away. So do something like Swiss Bank in your pocket. There's all sorts of things. Make sure you've got two-factor authentication, etc. So I seem like a stuck record here, Tracy.
Well, you know what? Those are the important things, and
yeah,
it's all actually dependent on us. You know, we need to take our power back, and here Bitcoin is giving us an opportunity to actually take our power back and transfer some wealth and grow our wealth in the new digital economy. Because this thing is not going anywhere; it's going full steam ahead, and we need to get involved.
Absolutely right.
So
well, Nothando, yeah.
Sorry,
any
Merv,
last
I was actually. Yes, I was going to say that too. So no. So snap, Merv.
You know, great minds, eh?
Yeah, my last comment is that what I really love about Bitcoin is that it's given me access to even build a business online. The idea of being able to receive payments without having to go to the bank. I mean, just recently, FNB somehow lost 3,000 Rand from my friend's account.
Oh, wow.
And the investigation has been going on for about 3 months right now, but she's not going to get her money back at all. One of the friends who works there at the branch has informed her of that. So with Bitcoin, I think it's putting the power in our hands because everything is tracked through digital means and you can keep track of whatever's happening.
Yeah, good point.
Fantastic.
Okay, well, Nothando, thank you so much for being with us today. It's been lovely, as always. And Tracy?
Yeah, we're absolutely delighted to have you as a guest, Nothando, and to learn a little bit more about you. But I'm just thinking that we may have something in store for you that you don't know about yet, Nothando. I'll chat to you a bit later.
All for me. Can't wait to hear about it.
So on that positive note, and thank you so much for your time. Thank you, Merv, and yeah, Viva
Thank you
Bitcoin.
for having me. Yeah, I'm thinking about some of the things you've asked me has actually shown me how much I've gained from being introduced to this.
Fantastic.
Well, And actually, can we just take a moment to sing happy birthday to Bitcoin, because it's Bitcoin's birthday on the 31st of October, and yeah, what a wonderful day, and what a gift we received. What a wonderful gift the world actually received the day Bitcoin was born. So it's incredible. So thank you.
I think you should kick us off. You've got a nice voice.
I haven't. But I tell you what I could do is play you a happy birthday song. But what I do want to say is happy birthday, Mr. Nakamoto. And I'm so glad that we've got Bitcoins. You know what?
Absolutely.
What we should have done, Tracy, is played the Bitcoin song.
Yeah, that's what we should have done.
Well,
we should have tried to get him to reveal his identity.
Yes.
I can always attach it to the video, so send it to me and I'll attach it. But thanks very much, Nothando. Thanks very much, Merv, and we'll chat again soon.
Yes, we will. Cheers, guys.
Thank you.
Cheerio.